AAA has some advice for drivers that will keep you safe and on the road. Joining us live this morning is Erin Stepp with AAA. And Erin, thanks for joining us. Before we go through some of these tips for the drivers, folks may have heard that yesterday a 4-month-old boy died in San Diego after being left unattended in a car. This is a sad story. Unfortunately, we've heard it many times this summer. What are some of the tips that AAA have to help prevent this?
Right. Well, interestingly, in about 50% of the cases, heat stroke related cases, it's because a child was simply left behind by a parent. And so it's important to create safety reminders, like always putting your purse or your briefcase in the back seat of the car. That way you will always remember to check back there before you take your keys and walk away. And also sometimes this happens because of a change in routine. For example, a different parent dropping a child off at daycare that day. It's a good idea to touch base with your spouse to make sure that everything went smoothly.
Now, Wednesday, July 31st, is National Heatstroke Prevention Day. What other steps can parents take to prevent these heat stroke related tragedies?
Right. Well, in addition to what we just covered, it's also a good idea to maybe talk to your daycare provider and see if they would give you a call if your child is ever unexpectedly absent.
And what about pets? Are they at risk for heat related injuries too?
Absolutely. We can't forget about the pets. I mean, people sometimes think that they can leave their dog in the car for just a few minutes while they run into a store, but heat stroke can be deadly for pets too. So if you think you can't bring your dog along with you when you reach your destination, it's really safest to just leave them at home.
How can this extreme heat affect your vehicle?
It can actually wreak havoc on your vehicle. If your vehicle is not properly maintained, for example, it's more likely to overheat, and that can cause engine damage. And also, it can really take its toll on your battery. So if your battery is more than 3 years old, it's a good time to have it checked by a professional. And as those road temperatures heat up, your chances of a tire blowout increase too. So it's a good idea to always check your tire pressures and signs of uneven wear before you pull out of the driveway.
And Erin, real quickly, what is the biggest danger that motorists face when it comes to extreme heat?
Right. Well, as we talked about, it can affect your vehicle performance. It can affect the safety of your passengers. But the biggest danger is the danger of losing a loved one. That's why it's very important to never leave your child or your pet alone in a vehicle.